Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It is your boy, the SMT. I've got a really interesting topic to kind of bring to the table today here on the channel in this episode, and I'm looking for some of your feedback. I'm looking for some of your insight. Your commentary would be greatly appreciated. I invite that into the comment section, and I just want to welcome everybody to the winter here in the CLE. It's like 28 degrees, and we have a foot of snow out there, and there's like another foot coming. Anyways, I gotta go and shovel snow after this, so let me make this brief then I can get to shoveling. All right, so the topic for today's episode is 5G indoor coverage. I was inspired to do this episode here based on this article by Kimon, who is a contributor to Fierce Wireless. I went ahead and I put the screenshot of that article. You guys can check it out there at fiercewireless.com. Anyways, this article is centered around the concept of huge investment that is coming into 5G in a very specific application and scenario. So in 5G indoor coverage, the investment's going to be massive. Carriers are really going to have to spend a lot of money in a new segment of cellular connectivity. This has not always been the case for all carriers, and most carriers in most cases. Using low band and in some cases mid band, you can get in-building penetration and propagation. You can get signal indoors. It hasn't really been too much of an issue. I mean, it has, but it hasn't been exaggerated. I think with 5G, it may become a more difficult proposition because of the higher frequency waves. I'm going to get to that in this video. So I think personally, carriers are going to be judged on whether or not they can provide adequate capacity in the indoors application. So this metric is going to be huge. A lot of people need coverage indoors because they spend a lot of time indoors. In fact, it's one segment of where you live. Outdoor and indoor coverage is important. So with mostly everything up to this point in 5G deployment being focused on outdoor applications, macro sites, even small cells and micro sites outside, rooftop sites, monopoles, large macros, small cells, light pole nodes, for 5G and things like that, millimeter wave. The only few things that we've seen indoor wise has been like Walmart applications. We've seen arenas and stadiums to a smaller extent, but indoor is tough, especially when it comes to capacity, because what happens here is when you go indoors, the signal quality decreases, the signal strength decreases. So as it degrades, so does the speed, capacity, and performance. So especially when you think about mid-band and millimeter wave application, these connection points are going to be critical to moving indoors. So, when you think about like speeds suffering, and you go indoors and you see a situation like when I've tested N41 here in the CLE and the few sites that we have, I've seen a N41 2.5 gigahertz connection that's got a 60 megahertz channel. I've seen outdoor get like 300 megabits per second, and when I go indoors, it drops to like 100 megabits per second. And that's mid-band. If you take it to millimeter wave, it's almost non-existent. You may not even get connected or get a signal. So there are some really important technologies that are going to be helping with this issue. I can tell you right now, just by moving indoors in that scenario, my dBm or my RSRP, my signal strength went from like 90 dBm in the outdoor to like minus 115 on the indoor. So it really does reduce throughput and capacity because the signal starts to fade. The important technologies, I think, for retaining the signal strength and the signal quality across, larger amounts of space and range. You think about indoor application, beamforming is going to be really important. Repeaters, small cells, DAS systems. A lot of this is going to take some additional spending and infrastructure. So it's really going to depend on the situation. Are the carriers going to try to cover more range in space? Are they going to try to bring capacity indoors? Are they serving 1,000 people? Are they going to serve 10 or 20,000 people? What does all this mean to our networking moving forward for the carriers? We're going to see more CapEx. We're going to see companies having to spend more money. So the huge investment that we're going to see in 5G is not just going to be in outdoor use, but we're going to see it now in indoor. Public and private sectors, enterprise and consumer wireless. I think the infrastructure is going to be very costly, and not all carriers are well suited for this scenario, this added expense. So the CapEx and the spending strategy, both long-term and short-term in my opinion, just can't be short-sighted. I think the carriers that are going to succeed and excel in this are going to be thinking long-term and investing in that indoor coverage. T-Mobile appears to want to avoid small cells very, very recently. They're trying to avoid these scenarios as much as possible. It is additional expenditure that they probably can't really budget at this point in time. I think AT&T has really embraced the indoor coverage scenario. I see what they've done in and around sporting events, concert venues with enterprise 5G. They've found ways for them to find solutions for their customers, investing in the future of their network. I see Verizon as probably, indoor 5G kind of being theirs for the taking. I think they understand what's at stake here. They've completely shifted their focus in 5G millimeter wave towards enterprise, healthcare, arenas and stadiums with the NFL, the NBA, also with the Apple deal, right, with that whole fleet upgrade, right, getting everybody connected for the 5G ultra wideband connection, Amazon Web Services. There's so many different things that Verizon is leveraging, and the indoor coverage thing it's just the start. This is going to be a very difficult thing for carriers to do. Spending is 100% going to be a huge 5G investment, whether it's macro or on the micro level, and I think indoor just takes it to another level. There's going to be a new segment of investment for these carriers. They're still going to be upgrading macros, probably more so than ever, to address capacity needs. They're still going to be working with microcells as well outdoors. Now we are expecting a lot in the indoor application, with DAS systems and so on, and repeater technologies. I'm anticipating big spending, and this is what I wanted to hear from you guys. Of the three carriers, who do you think is best poised for indoor 5G coverage? Who do you think is going to be willing to spend the money? Who do you think has the best strategy? And who do you think is going to, kind of win this segment of 5G connectivity? I'd love to hear what you have to say. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard. That just about does it for this edition of the SMT YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to watch. We appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to give this video a like and share it to all of your favorite social media platforms. Also, consider becoming a subscriber if you'd like more from the SMT, and activate that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload and you'll be the first to know when something does hit the YouTubes. Also, we've got items in the description box. We've got a Discord server. The @SneedTech Twitter handle is there, and there's ways to donate and support SMT creation. That pretty much does it for today. Thank you so much for being here again. Hope you have a great day, and we'll hopefully see you soon on the next video. Peace.